pitch after pitch. The great thing about a no-hitter or a perfect game is how the momentum builds from inning to inning, and then the fans cheering on every single strike, foul balls. It just builds to that ninth inning.
We're talking about a man who in his minor league career was called the Wild Man. His warm-up pitches used to end up in the press box a time or two. But when you're throwing a perfect game, it's got to be on the money all the way. We're going to take a look tonight at exactly what happened at the stadium in that never-to-be-forgotten night of Lenny Barker's perfect game.
Was the American League strikeout king. In a no-hitter or a perfect game, it's always academic on how many strikeouts the pitcher has. Len wound up with 11 in his perfect game, but he didn't get his first until the fourth inning. Let's take you back now to the top of the first and see how he got through those first 3 frames.
He was known as Large Lenny Barker, and he was facing the Toronto Blue Jays of Bobby Maddox with Griffin, Mosby, Bell, Mayberry, Upshaw, Garcia, Bossetti, Ainge, and Buck Martinez set to go on a Friday night at the stadium on a day that, well, had weather not exactly suited to baseball. But by game time, it was play ball with the mist swirling and Alfredo Griffin leading off for the Blue Jays. Griffin, a former American League Rookie of the Year. Tom Verizor records the first assist, and Hargrove the first put out of the ballgame. Young Lloyd Mosby is next. Again, Verizor to Hargrove. And rookie George Bell, the left fielder. This time, Hargrove did it all by himself. And the Blue Jays were on their way to the Hall of Fame for the first time in their brief history. The Indians got rolling early, and Rick Manning started the ball game with a base hit. Mike Hargrove drilled one under the glove of John Mayberry into right field. Mayberry charged with an error as Rick Manning raced around to third base. Andre Thornton, the designated hitter, lifted a high fly ball to center field. After the catch by Bossetti, Manning came home. Tribe leading 1-0. Luis Leal pitching for the Blue Jays. Ron Hasse at bat. Into right field, good for 2 bases. Mosby's thrown out in time, and the Tribe led 2-0. The crowd of the stadium little expected at that time what they were going to see before the evening was over, and the Tribe already had enough to win. John Mayberry in the second inning for the Blue Jays. Big John of home run fame. This one belongs to Rick Manning. Designated hitter Willie Upshaw. Piper in time to Hargrove. 2 outs. And Damaso Garcia with a fly ball to Manning. The Tribe had retired 6 men in a row. And the excitement already was starting to build. Well, Luis Leal put the Indians away in the second inning without any difficulty, little realizing that his good performance was not going to be good enough. And so now we're just about up to date. So let's go back and join the actual telecast and tell it like it was. In the third inning, the bottom 3 in the Toronto order, Bossetti, Ainge, and Martinez against Len Barker, who has knocked off the first 6 Toronto batters in succession. Bossetti brings a 6-game hitting streak into this ball game. Had an 8th inning double last night to extend the streak, hitting .529. in the last 17 at-bats. Strike one. Bossetti at 357 for the season. He has no homers and 4 runs batted in. Strike two, showed some bunt and took it.
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh tonight at the end of 1.5, no score. St. Louis at Atlanta. The Braves scored twice in the bottom of the first inning and lead the Cardinals. Chicago at Houston later. Philadelphia at San Diego. L.A. hosting New York, and Montreal at San Francisco.
Here comes the 2-strike pitch to Rick Bossetti. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bossetti started in the St. Louis Cardinal organization.
Bet he wishes he was still with them the way they're starting out this year.
1-2 pitch. Slap back to Verizon. Tommy throws him out. Danny Ainge, the third baseman, at 187 with 5 runs batted in. Ainge has had 20 hits and 107 at-bats. Well, the man is adequate in the field, Bruce, but the question remains, will he ever be able to hit big league pitching? Ball one.
There, the Cavaliers may be investigating the possibility of drafting him, even though one's their first pick, 3rd or 4th round, isn't it, Joe?
Something like that.
Just on the chance that he would change his mind and go to the NBA.
Ball two. He is, what is it, a 3-year deal he has now with the Blue Jays?
Yes.
I think the days of fellas playing more than one professional sport have gone by the boards.
DeBuscher, Connolly.
That's right. Back to Kuiper. And Dwayne to Hargrove. Ainge is gone. 2 outs. And here comes Buck Martinez. Martinez is hitting at 222, 2 for 9 with 2 runs batted in. Martinez recently brought over from the Milwaukee Brewers, and I'm sure with some mixed emotions. The Brewers figure to have a fine summer of baseball. However, Martinez was languishing on the Pines as about the 3rd or 4th string catcher, and I'm sure he is delighted to get a chance to get in and play. He should help Toronto.
Brewers are loaded with catchers.
Ball one.
After they made the deal with the Cardinals to get Simmons. What's that kid's name they brought up? Yost?
Yeah, Ned Yost. And, of course, Charlie Moore's still over there.
Right.
One-oh pitch. In the air to center field, Rick Manning retires the side. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 2 1/2 innings of play. It is Cleveland 2, Toronto nothing.
In the Indians' half of the 3rd inning, George Orta had a base hit, but the Indians were unable to score. We'll be back with more Perfect Game after this. Originally broadcast on Friday, May the 15th.
Top of the Toronto batting order in the 4th inning, Griffin, Mosby, and Bell against Len Barker. Tomorrow afternoon's game starts at 2:05. It'll be Wayne Garland against Jackson Todd. It'll be Ladies' Day, Kids' Day, and Senior Citizens' Day. And all 3 groups get a break on general admission tickets. Strike one to Alfredo Griffin, who bounced to the shortstop of the 1st inning.
He showed bunt, but it was not a serious attempt at it. Toby Hara was playing right off the bat on the infield grass in close, anticipating a possible bunt by Griffin.
It's raining in Boston now, and that game has been delayed. Foul out of play upstairs. Strike 2.
Now Toby drops back.
Kids 14 and under and all ladies and the senior citizens can take advantage of the $1 admission for Saturday afternoon games. And, of course, tomorrow it starts at 2:05. And then Sunday, it is Burger King and WUAB Bet Day, a 105 double dip. 2-strike pitch to Griffin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the old-timers, guys like me, can get in Monday night for a buck. Senior Citizens Night of the ballpark. That's when the California Angels come to call.
They're going to be an interesting team to see, fans, because, boy, they can really put a lineup together.
Well, they're up to 18 and 16 now on this season.
Freddie Lynn, Burleson added to that club, Hobson as well, to go along with Gritch, Baylor, Carew.
Griffin tops the foul ball toward the first base dugout. The count remains at 1-2 strikes.
Their problem, of course, is still the same, pitching. Playing a little better since the California club's playing a little better ever since the vote of confidence by Autry was given to Fregosi. Usually that's a kiss of death.
Lenny Barker with the 1-2 pitch to Alfredo Griffin. That just about peeled for Blue Jays right off the front of his uniform. 2-2.
Close call. For Griffin, that is.
Oakland will use McCaddy tonight in Milwaukee against Vukovic. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Top foul at the plate. The count remains at 2-2. Lenny Barker 1-2 lifetime against the Toronto Blue Jays. His win came over Steve last year, 6-1.
The changeup that Barker uses is almost like a pound ball. He'll release it with the two fingers like the fastball, but he'll place the ball back into his palm a bit.
2-2 pitch. In the air to left center field. Manning and Charbonneau getting together, and it's Charbonneau who picks it off. 1 out.
Charbonneau looked at Manning as if to say, what are you worried about? I had it.
Mosby bounced to the shortstop of the first inning. Lloyd Mosby, the right fielder for the Blue Jays. Barker is now disposed of the first 10 Toronto batters in succession.
He was taken out of last night's game against Baltimore. He had a little back problem.
I saw a great way to cure a back problem last night. Win the National Basketball Association Championship. I'll wager Bill Fitch's back feels 100% better today. 1-0 count on Mosby. One ball, one strike. Now Bill can turn his attention to general managing the Cleveland Indians. You know, Phil Segui and Bill Fitch have a long-range thing going, and I'm the middleman. Segui keeps telling me how Fitch should coach the Celtics, and I keep passing back the messages on how Segui should GM the Indians from Fitch. That's a smash down the foul line, and it is fouled in the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, people may not realize that Phil Segui, the general manager for the Indians, really has a lot of basketball in his background. He's a fine basketball coach in addition to his baseball expertise. In fact, he coached the coach who really got Bill Fitch started in basketball, Tommy Thompson. And Fitch has a lot of baseball. He was a catcher in the Texas League. In the then Milwaukee Braves organization. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's a souvenir. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Indians are playing Mosby to go to the opposite field. Charbonneau not giving up much of the line. Manning shaded over into left center.
Barker with a 1-2 pitch to Mosby. That hit him. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
When Len Barker pitches for the Indians, more so than the other 5 starters, the Indians defensively will play more hitters to swing late on Len because of the velocity of his fastball. Even if he has an off day, as all pitchers have, the velocity of his fastball is always there. And if he has control of that breaking pitch, he can be overpowering. Middle of the 3rd inning, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh scoreless. Pardon me, Joe.
1 out in the 4th. 1-2 count on Lloyd Mosby. Struck him out.
Oh, Mosby wanted a piece of Barker, and he just missed it. Actually, I think he got just a nick of it, and Hasse held on.
That's the first strikeout for Lenny. Lenny in the last 3 starts has fanned 9, 8, and 6.
course, led the American League in strikeouts last year. 2 down for George Bell, who bounced to the first baseman to retire the side in the first inning. Bell, from the Dominican Republic, played at Reading last year, and that is a Philadelphia farm club. In only 22 games, he hit .309 with 11 runs batted in. Steve, rank 1.
The Blue Jays got him in the Major League Draft of 1980 in December from the Philadelphia Phillies organization. He's 6'1", 190 pounds.
They check with the first base umpire, Greg Kosk, who says that Bell checked in time, and they count evens at a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Indians lead 2-0. They scored their pair in the first. Manning singled with 1 out, Hargrove safe on an error. Thornton brought Manning home with a sacrifice fly. Hasse brought Hargrove home with a single.
I believe it's the first time tonight Barker's been behind in a count to a hitter.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not anymore.
I think Lenny brought a little heat to the ballpark tonight.
You know, he says he can get away with throwing a hard fastball high, no matter who it is. He works carefully, of course, more carefully to the Jim Rices and the Freddie Lynns, but he can be so overpowering, he can get away with that mistake by being too high.
2-2 pitch.
Struck him out on a curveball.
3 up, 3 down, and at the end of 3 1/2 innings of play, it is still Cleveland 2, Toronto 0.
Barker was going to put the candles on my birthday cake.
And now, exploding his way into your homes and hearts, Bruce Drennan.
John Mayberry to be followed by Willie Upshaw, then Damaso Garcia. Len Barker, the big right-hander for the Indians, delivers, and it's a curveball, called strike on the outside corner. Mayberry is 0 for 1. He flied to center field in his only trip, leading off the second inning. Trying with a 2-zip lead on 3 hits. Toronto, no runs on no hits. Big swing and a miss. That was Lenny's change of pace, that pitch I described to you earlier that has the effect of a palm ball. 0-2. Overhand curve used as a waste by Barker, misses low.
Big John has been around since 1967 when he broke in with Covington in the Appalachian League in the Houston organization.
Swung on and missed. Barker strikes off the leadoff man, John Mayberry, in the 5th inning, and that's Lenny's 3rd strikeout of the game. Here's a look at it again. Bottom falls out of that pitch. 1 gone. Willie Upshaw, the designated hitter tonight for Toronto, stepping in. Harmlessly grounded out to Kuiper. His only trip to the plate. Over the past 19 ball games, the Indians, the starters, 5-man starting rotation, has posted a 12-5 slate. All won. And the earned run average is amazing. 2.16 in 149 and 2/3 innings pitched. 7 complete games out of the Tribe starters in the last 13 starts. 1-1.
That foul ball got Hasse. Upshaw was acquired by the Blue Jays as their first selection of the Major League Draft in '77 from the New York Yankee AAA roster. Here's the life of a catcher, folks. Long.
Manning in center field, shaded over into left center. Medium depth for Upshaw. 1-1 pitch. High pop, third base side. Toby Hara going over. May have a play. Did he get that ball? Yes, sir! What a tremendous catch by Toby Hara. He dove. His body was jackknifed on that railing. And look at this, fans. Oh, man. What a play by Toby Harrell. Fans at the stadium here are on their feet. And they should be for this effort. Outstanding.
That was worth the price of admission.
2 outs. Now Garcia 0 for 1, fly to Manning to close out the second inning. Strike is called. Garcia didn't like the call. He thought it was a little low and outside. Boy, Hara made those plays in Chicago the other night, too. That misses away, 1-1. When things are going well, certain individuals will pick up other guys. Hara didn't get a hit the other night, yet he made 2 outstanding defensive plays. 1-1 pitch. 2-1.
Damaso Garcia came from the Yankees along with pitcher Paul Mirabella and first baseman Chris Chambliss for pitcher Tom Underwood, catcher Rick Cerrone, and outfielder Ted Wilborn in 1979. He is a soccer star. Or was.
He doesn't boot too many in baseball, though. 2 balls and a strike, 2 gone. Swung on and foul tipped again. Ron Hasse is having a rough evening for himself. That caught him. Ooh.
Put him on the left leg just above the shin guard.
Yeah, an unprotected area for catchers. Garcia's a .220 hitter on the year. And like most of the hitters tonight, the Indians are playing him to swing late. Manning has shifted well into right center field. Charbonneau giving him plenty of the left field line. 2-2 pitch coming up from Len. Got him! 4 strikeouts for Barker, and again, the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. We've completed 4.5, and the score from the stadium, Indians 2, Toronto nothing.
George Orta had another base hit for the Tribe in the 5th, but there was no further scoring off Luis Leal. We'll be back with the perfect game after this timeout. Of Len Barker's perfect game, Friday, May 15th.
Rick Bosetti is 0 for 1. He grounded out to Verizon leading off the 3rd inning. Right-handed hitter. Strike 1. This program is authorized under television rights granted Gaylord Broadcasting Company of Ohio by the Cleveland Indians solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians and Gaylord Broadcasting Company of Ohio is prohibited. 0-1 pitch. Liner, Kuiper, short hop. 1 out. Fine defensive play by Dwayne Kuiper. Short hop that second base umpire Don Denkinger made the call immediately. Tricky little play. Brings up Danny Ainge, the third baseman. Made a very fine defensive play himself. And a liner off the bat of Andy Thornton in the 3rd. Ainge offensively is 0 for 1. Grounded out to Kuiper in the 2nd inning. Make it the 3rd. Strike 1 is called. Boy, Barker is so sharp. Manning in center, shifted well into right center field and playing a shallow position for Ainge. Count goes even at 1. Indians scored 2 runs in the 1st inning, unearned runs against the Blue Jays. Since then, Leal has shut down the Tribe, but Blue Jays have not been able to touch Len Barker. One ball, 2 strikes. Fastball right down the pipe. Ainge giving it a little bit to Rich Garcia. Didn't like the call. First inning in Minnesota, Baltimore, 3 runs in the top of the first. Twins at bat now. Singleton hit his 8th homer of the year with a man aboard. 1-2 pitch. Got him! 5 strikeouts for Len Barker. 17 batters in a row have been retired by the Indian right-hander. Buck Martinez, the catcher and 9th man in the order, stepping in. 0 for 1, fly to Manning in center. Started the game with a strong mist. It has since stopped. Ball 1, missing low and away. Tomorrow afternoon, Tribe and Toronto again here at the stadium, and Sunday, bat day in a big twin bill. Two outs. We're in the Blue Jays' 6th. Indians with a 2-zip lead. Fouled back, count is even. Ball and a strike on Martinez. Barker started tonight's game with a 1.67 earned run average. That is 3rd best in the league. Clark of Seattle with a 1.31. McCaddy of Oakland, 1.62. And then Barker. Strike 2 is called. Bert Blyleven, incidentally, has the 4th best earned run average in the American League with a 1.84 mark. 2 of the first 4 in the ERA department, members of the Indians starting rotation. Fans want another strikeout. 1-2 delivery coming up. Low and away.
This is the first club that Martinez has played with where he really hasn't played to some other catcher. At Kansas City, it was Darrell Porter. In Milwaukee, it was Charlie Moore, and then, of course, Ted Simmons. But here in Toronto, he has a shot at really being the #1 guy.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3, got him. Tag applied by Hasse. 2 of the 3 men are strikeout victims. 6th of the game for Len Barker. He's retired 18 in a row. We go to the Indians, half of the 6th, and the score, Cleveland 2, Toronto nothing.
The Indians picked up 2 more base hits in the 6th inning, one by Toby Harrah, the other by Mike Hargrove. But again, the Indians failed to score.
The Blue Jays have sent 18 batters to the plate, and Len Barker has retired all of them, striking out 6. Griffin bounced to the shortstop of the 1st inning, hit a fly ball to the left fielder in the 4th. Ball hammered back to Kuiper. Dwayne comes up, throwing, and got it.
Oh, nice effort by Dwayne Kuiper. Rather than turning around completely and losing his balance or making a bad throw, he wanted to get rid of the ball quickly because Alfredo Griffin has great speed, and it's a very fine effort here. 2 very fine defensive plays by Kuiper tonight.
Boy, there is no substitute for good defense. Mosby has bounced to the shortstop and fanned. He was the first strikeout victim for Barker back in the 4th. Barker struck out 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th. Strike 1.
They've completed 6 innings of play at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati and the Pirates still scoreless. St. Louis leading Atlanta 3-2 at the end of 5.
Lloyd Mosby, the right fielder for the Toronto Blue Jays. Steve, right 2.
Tremendously sharp tonight. That was the breaking ball. Started him off with the hard one and followed it with a breaking ball, the 3/4 pitch. Breaking down low and out of the strike zone.
Mosby comes from Portland, Arkansas. Ball and 2 strikes. He was the Blue Jays' 1st-round selection behind Atlanta's Bob Horner in the June 1978 free agent draft. They sent him to Medicine Hat. 2 years later, he's in the big leagues. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit .229 last year for the Blue Jays with 9 homers and 46 runs batted in. Two pitch. Struck him out.
Oh, we got him on a low one. That's the thing. When you're going well on the hill, you can get those hitters to go after pitches that they shouldn't be going for. That was a teaser right at the knees, right in that questionable area. Oh, down low out of the strike zone. Dipped lower than I thought it did by just watching it out here in the field.
Oh, George Bell from San Pedro de Marcos in the Dominican Republic.
And he wants to have the home plate umpire, Rich Garcia, take a look at the ball.
And sure enough, folks, it is a ball.
No scuff marks.
Oh, George Bell hitting .275 at the moment with 2 out and nobody on in the top half of the 7th inning. Ball 1. Now, Bell came out of the Philadelphia organization. In '78, he was at Helena in the Pioneer League. In '79, Spartansburg in the Western Carolina League. Last year at Reading. And then came on to the Blue Jays in the draft of the offseason. Ball 2.
First inning in New York. Yankees 3, Seattle nothing. Nettles hit his 5th home run for New York with 2 men aboard.
Well, the Yankees are winning. The Orioles are winning. The Red Sox are being rained on. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Good one. Bell unhappy with Rich Garcia's version of the strike zone.
Barker was behind the batter at 2-0 and came with his money pitch, the fastball right down the pipe.
Foul, 2-2.
Boy, the fans are cheering on every delivery by Barker. Listen to him at the stadium.
They had a 1-hour rain delay in Boston, and that game is now resumed in the 2nd inning with Kansas City leading 2-0.
They want another strikeout here. A lot of them are on their feet.
Barker ready with the 2-2 pitch to George Bell. Struck him out. Well, that's 8 of them for Barker, and 21 men in a row retired by the big right-hander. It's 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the 7th inning. We go to the home half, and what do you say, Indian fans, wherever you happen to be? Up on your feet for the 7th inning stretch. The score, Cleveland 2, Toronto nothing.
In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Indians did not score, but the fans were anticipating the 8th as Lenny Barker kept mowing them down.
In the top of the 8th inning, John Mayberry, Willie Upshaw, and Damaso Garcia, the first 3 to face Len Barker, who was repulsed 21 batters in a row. Down in Charleston tonight, Rochester finally got through to Grimsley for a couple of runs in the 5th, but at the end of 5, it's Charleston 3, Rochester 2. It's Grimsley's first go for the Charleston Charlies. Mayberry, ball 1. He has popped to the center fielder, and he has fanned. Barker has struck out 8. Gives him 33 on the year. One ball, 1 strike. Currently in the strikeout hit parade, Rudy May of the Yankees leads with 36. Norris of Oakland and Blyleven of Cleveland and Keogh of Oakland all with 34. One more K and Barker will join that group. 1-1 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out in the eighth. That's 9 strikeouts for Barker.
He had him waving at it. Here it is again. He had Mayberry waving at it.
Willie Upshaw. He has bounced to the second baseman. He had a foul ball just beyond the third base dugout. Toby Harrah came over and leaped into the seats over the railing to stab it. Toronto has action in their bullpen. It's a left-hander, Mike Willis. Swing and miss. Strike one.
He's overpowering.
Well, the Blue Jays appear to be opting for the theory, if he's throwing like that, you might as well go up and wave at it. Maybe you'll get lucky. Strike two.
Way behind on the fastball.
Now the folks who came out here tonight have received their money's worth. Indians lead 2-0 in the eighth.
Yelling for another strikeout.
Ball hammered back to Kuiper. On over to first, 2 out.
Listen to the fans at the stadium.
23 men in a row retired by Barker. Damaso Garcia has flied to center field. Good running catch on the occasion by Manning, and he struck out swinging to end the fifth inning. Strike one.
Beautiful curveball. Garcia had started to bail out on the pitch.
One ball, one strike. Lenny Barker has fanned at 9 and retired 23 men in a row. Two balls and a strike.
Only the second time I can recall he's been behind the hitter.
Hargrove at first, Kuiper at second, Verizon at short, Harrah at third, Charbonneau in left, Manning in center, Orta in right, Hasse catching, Barker with a 2-1 pitch to Damaso Garcia.
Strike two. Waving at a curveball that was outside.
Well, it is almost criminal to throw as hard as Lenny Barker does and then give you something off speed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. This crowd is coming to its feet. Foul ball. Oh, you think these guys aren't a little pumped up right now, Bruce?
Boy, you have a tendency to play better defense, great defense, when you get this kind of pitching. You're all part of it, too, if you're out there playing a position.
Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the eighth.
Pressure's always on the hitters this late in the game.
Struck him out. 10 strikeouts for Barker. He is retired 24 men in a row. At the end of 7 1/2 innings of play, Cleveland 2, Toronto 0.
In the Indians' half of the 8th inning, George Orta supplied an insurance run with a homer. Top of the 9th is next. Don't go away. Barker only 3 outs away from a perfect game.
Barker has faced 24 men and nailed all 24. Rick Bossetti has bounced to the shortstop and to the second baseman. Kuiper made a good play on him in the 6th inning. This is the 9th. Harrah in on the grass at third, looking for a possible bunt. Pop up behind the plate. Hasse coming back, and nope, on the screen. Strike one. Channel 43's coverage of Cleveland Indians baseball continues Tuesday night at 7:30 when the Tribe takes on the California Angels. Now, tomorrow at 2:05, the Indians face the Blue Jays again, and if you can't make it to the stadium, catch the action on Radio 1100 3WE. Woods has come on deck now for the Toronto Blue Jays. Al Woods. Strike one to Bosetti. 1 ball, 1 strike. Barker has fanned 10. Didn't strike out a man through the first 3 innings. 1-1 pitch. Pop up. Toby Harrah has this one in foul ground. 1 out. Now here comes Al Woods. Al Woods batting for Danny Ainge. Woods is hitting .215, but with 8 RBIs. Toronto pinch hitters have done all right, collectively hitting at .286. Considering that the team has a team batting average of .218. Swing and a foul tip. Massey nailed again. On deck, Ernie Whitt. There's Ernie. There's the foul tip that nailed Hassey. Caught him again on that same knee. Strike one. With each pitch, more and more people are starting to stand up. Strike two. Len Barker has retired 25 men in a row. Al Woods batting for Danny Ainge. Ernie Whitt will be batting for Buck Martinez. We are in the 9th. 2-strike pitch to Woods. Struck him out! Strikeouts for Barker. Reported by Woods. Ernie Whitt, the last hope as the Indian bullpen is standing in anticipation. Ernie Whitt batting for Buck Martinez. Whitt is hitting .188 with 5 RBIs. But boy, watch out for those .188 guys in a situation like this. They're probably the one that's going to kill you. 2 outs. Strike one. Lenny Barker has retired 26 men in a row. He has fanned 11. Everybody is standing up. 1 ball, 1 strike as Ernie Whitt got the bat stopped in time. Crowd chanting, Lenny, Lenny. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Ernie Whitt. Strike 2.
baseball history is made in Cleveland, as Len Barker becomes only the 11th pitcher to throw a perfect game. With Len's ability, he may just do it again. We'll be back in a minute.
Anatomy of a perfect game. First time in 13 years in Major League Baseball, an Indians pitcher hadn't turned that trick since 1908. But Bruce, whether it's 2008 or 2108 before it happens again, it's something that I don't think any of us will ever really forget.
I waited a couple of days and asked Len what was the greatest thing about pitching the perfect game, everything that goes with it, the media attention. His response was very interesting. He said the people, the Indians fans, the letters, the mail, the attention he received from the fans themselves. He says they're as much a part of it as what I did on the Hill.
I think the thing that I'll remember most about it was the absolute concentration by all of the players as the game unwound and came down to the final moments. There wasn't a ball player on that field that wasn't right with Barker on the mound going for that no-hitter and the perfect game. As I say, it's one we won't soon forget. We hope to have more of that excitement right here on Channel 43. And now, weatherman permitting, we'll be in New York with the Indians and the Ainge.
The Perfect Game has been brought to you by...